Hello, everyone. Jay Cottrell here with eXp Realty in the Tri-Cities, and welcome to another Monday edition of Real Estate Talk with Jay. So as we look to the week-to-week numbers, we see there has actually been a little bit of movement here in our local market. What it means, again, we're looking at weeks to week, so the more month to month or quarter end as we get here towards the end of the fall quarter might give us more detail. But in the meantime, let's take a look at those numbers. The number of new listings coming in the market has actually increased from the previous week, which increased from the previous week before that. So it is on an upward swing. It's not as high as it was a few months ago, but it's still not as high as it was this time last year. But we have seen a steady week over week increase, and it is still trending above the year-to-date average, which has caused, obviously, the number of homes for sale, or the active listing count, to continue its slow but steady climb upward. The list price is holding steady in the lower 330s. Not a whole lot of change there. It is maybe trending downward, but it's such a small increment, it's hard to tell. We'll have to look at a broader trend line as far as at the end of the month on a monthly basis, or quarterly basis for that as well, to see if that maybe list prices start declining in an area, but so far there's no indications that they are going to do that. The number of pending listings has a slight downward trend, though it seems to have plateaued a little bit. And as you can see from this graph, that slight trend has translated into fewer homes selling. So the number of homes that closed last week for the first time in a while is actually trending below the year-to-date averages. So home sales are slowing down. Now that's pretty typical this time of year. It does seem to be happening earlier than normal. Typically we don't see this until the end of October, 1st of November, but it's not unprecedented for it to happen at this time either. It's just, as when we look at last year and the previous years, it is the sales are slowing down a bit earlier this year as we head into the fall. Fewer home sales, though, has not translated into lower sales prices. So as you can tell, the median and average price are still holding above the year-to-date average for this year, which I expect that to continue to push sales prices higher through the end of the year. Though again, it has decelerated a bit. So the sales prices are only making small movements, it seems, at this point, instead of large movements. So don't expect prices to fall in our area anytime so far. The higher interest rates, the mortgages that just came out this week, does seem to be slowing those sales down, like I showed on the previous graph, but that is not having much of a difference, making much of a difference on the sales price, simply because even though we've had that slow but steady increase in inventory levels, we're still sitting at really record low inventory levels for our area. Something else that we have seen slow down this week, which is also indicative of still a tight market, is price reductions. So the number of homes that have sold at a reduced price ticked slightly down this week. The number of homes that are on the market at a reduced price from the original list price also had a slight downward turn, though not enough. 1%. So we'll see if that's an ongoing trend, but it is the first time we've seen this in a few weeks. Also, the median price reduction ticked down just a little bit, closer to 6%. It was at 6.1%. So again, not a huge difference, but a small enough difference to make note of. But the weird thing is, in that same time, is the list price to sales price ratio has also gone down. So we were really close to 100, but we've seen that we saw that drop a couple percentage points again this week. Again, we'll see what next week looks like. We're still pretty close to list price, though, when it comes to homes selling. Well, as promised, I'm trying to keep these videos shorter with giving you trends information instead of exact information, and a little less talkativeness from me. But as always, if you like this video, please subscribe, please like it, please share it with your friends and family. I would love an introduction if you know of anybody, or maybe you yourself are looking to purchase or sell real estate in the Tri-Cities or in Morristown. I do go all the way down to Morristown as well. I would love the opportunity to speak with you and see if we would be a good fit for working with each other. So that's it for this week. We'll see you next week.